Burning of magnesium.
Burning of magnesium. So what is combination reaction? Where? What is combination reaction, beta? Is it always necessary that it is element? When two or more substances, we can say, combine to how many products? How many products? Harshit, how many product? The product also is always have to be one product. Then it is a combination reaction, and we have studied last time. We saw a experiment where what did we do? We prepared a solution of copper sulfate. Copper sulfate solution के लिए how do we prepare copper sulfate solution? We add copper sulfate. How do we prepare copper sulfate solution? What is this? This is copper sulfate. Is it visible? What is the color of copper sulfate? बेटा इसमें निकालो पहले. थोड़ा सा निकालो. बस. That's it. Can you all see the color of copper sulfate? This is blue. So how do we make solution of it? What will we do to make solution? We will add water to it. Yes. So any guesses what will be the color of copper sulfate? That's it. That's it. The color of copper sulfate is blue, and what will be the color of copper sulfate solution? This again is going to be blue in color, right? And then what did we do that day? We added, what did we add to it? We add iron filling to it. Just a minute, let me open it first. What is the color of iron? If the color of iron is dark gray, what will be the color of iron filling, iron pieces? It is still dark gray. Is it visible? It looks like? It looks like? Crystal form. It is the pieces. So when we break irons, oh my goodness, it's sharp. Don't touch it. See, it is not crystal. It is filling. When you grate your vegetables, that kind of structure it is, but it is metal. So it is harder than the vegetable, right? Any doubt? Whenever you see this, you will be able to identify this is iron or not. You'll be able to identify this is iron. Now what happens when you add iron fillings or an iron nail or anything made up of iron? If we immerse it into copper sulfate solution, we need to see what is going to happen. Do you all remember? We have done it before as well. We did it. याद आ रहा है? इसको हमने ऐड किया तो you can see bubbles, you can see effervescence, and you can also see immediately the color starts changing. Look at the iron fillings. It was dark gray in color. Is it converting copperish? Brown color. Can you see? Dikh raha hai beta? Everybody? Can you see a brown color is getting deposited on iron fillings? Same happens in your textbook. It is mentioned you have to immerse iron nail into copper sulfate solution. So iron nail is also made up of iron. So there also you will find a brown color brown color material is getting deposited on iron fillings or iron. And towards the end, what happens? Iron, you can see this is old. You can see the blue color of copper sulfate is completely disappeared. Now, again then we will look into both the reactions afterwards. Now next what I want is, I want to make a solution of sodium sulfate and barium chloride. Both the salts, texture wise, color wise, both are white. But this is yes, and this is fine powder. Okay. Now what are we going to do? We are going to make, what did you add to this? Water to what? Right? Now what are we doing? We are making solution of both the salts. Which all salts? Louder. What are we doing? What are we doing with barium chloride and sodium sulfate? We are making solution of barium chloride and we are making solution of sodium sulfate. And for what we are making this? For learning our double displacement reaction. Okay? Now tell me, how is the solution? Is sodium sulfate, what we added to this solution? We added water to what? Sodium sulfate, and have we got a clear solution? Is sodium sulfate completely dissolved in water? Is it dissolved in water या फिर sodium sulfate दिख रहा है आपको? It is completely dissolved in water, so it is a solution now. This is aqueous solution of sodium sulfate. And then we have again another solution of barium chloride. Is this a complete, it is a solution? Has it completely dissolved? What is dissolved in this? Louder. What is dissolved in this? And what is dissolved in this? And what was the blue color solution? And what was the gray material that was added to copper sulfate? What happened to gray color material in the copper sulfate solution? What happened to iron fillings in the copper sulfate solution? The color of what has changed? What has happened on iron? A brown color is deposited on. Is the temperature changed? Come on fast. Hold it properly and see, touch it. Temperature changed? Right? Is it very little or it is recognizable? Good amount of heat is generated, right? This is a solution. This is a solution. If we add this to this, it should be a solution. Right? पानी में पानी मिला रहे हैं तो पानी होना चाहिए. Solution में solution मिला रहे हैं तो it should be solution. Let us see what is happening to it. What is happening to it? We have prepared milk. Have we prepared milk? Can we see white precipitate?
Yes, ma'am.
So what did we see? What did we see? We saw that when we added sodium sulfate into sodium sulfate solution to barium chloride solution, we have got some precipitate. What is the color of precipitate? The color of precipitate is white. Now we will see what has happened and we will try and analyze what has happened. So tell me, what was the reactant in first case when we used copper sulfate? Tell me, what were the reactants? You need not to tell me the formula, you just tell me. What do I write? Iron? Fe? What did we add it to it? Copper sulfate. What would be there in copper sulfate? Copper would be there and sulfate would be there. What? How do I write sulfate? Right? Now, what did we observe? What did we observe? Brown color. Now, in the reactant, what was of brown color? Iron was, what was the color of iron? Dark grey. Now, if we keep copper separate and sulfate separate, what is brown in color? So, can you guess what is getting deposited on iron? Right? So, brown color, what? Copper gets deposited on iron. If it is nail, then iron nail. If it is bar, then iron bar. And if it is iron filling, then on the iron filling. Am I right? Number two, what has happened? The blue color of copper sulfate solution gets disappeared. Blue color appears. Right? Now shall we see the reaction? Fe plus CuSO4 gives. Why blue color is disappeared? Because copper sulfate solution does not remain copper sulfate solution. Copper sulfate ka copper gets deposited on iron and sulfate makes a bond with iron and we get 3. So what will be the formula? What will be the formula of plus, what else we have got? The copper is. Now children, why this reaction is called displacement reaction? What is iron doing? Iron is changing the place of copper. Is it changing the place of copper? Is iron displacing copper? Is it displacing copper? And why iron is displacing copper? If we keep this reaction as, if I keep it here silver, will silver displace copper? It depends on the strength of the metal. It depends on the strength of the metal. So what happens? The more reactive metal displaces the less reactive metal from the solution, and this kind of reaction is called displacement reaction. So can you tell me what is displacement reaction? The reaction in which a highly reactive metal displaces a low reactive or less reactive metal from a solution, That kind of reaction is called displacement reaction. And what is observed in this reaction, you have seen it. Now when this is happening, only if the displacement is happening, only one element is displacing other element, one element, we call it as displacement reaction. When one element displaces the other element, or when one metal displaces the other metal, we call it displacement reaction. But when in any reaction two metals displaces other two metals, if the displacement happens for two metals, so displacer is 2 and displaced is 2, then we call it as double displacement reaction. And there we have seen this experiment. Which one? What were the solutions? Number one, sodium sulfate solution and barium chloride solution. When it was mixed, what happened? Sodium and barium both were displaced. Tell me, what is the formula? What is the formula of sodium sulfate? Na2SO4. Check it. Plus, what did we add? We added barium chloride. What is the formula of barium chloride? Why is the formula BaCl2? Valency of barium is, valency of chlorine is, so this is going to be BaCl2. Now what did we see? We saw that here we also saw heat generated, right? Did we see that? In this, please touch and see whether heat is generated or not. No? Precipitate, white precipitate of barium sulfate. What is? Right? What did we observe? So if we complete the reaction, anybody want to come and complete the reaction? Harshit will come. Is NaCl. Right. Correct. Now please mark the states. State mark करो. यहाँ पे bracket में Na2SO4. What was it? It was a solution. So what do we write? Aqueous. And BaCl2 again was a solution. We write it as aqueous. And BaSO4 is barium sulfate का क्या बन रहा है बच्चास? Precipitate बन रहा है. So how do we mark precipitate? नहीं, हम solution में क्या mark करते हैं? What is its state? Reaction में what is its state? We call it as, we mark it as S. Precipitate is marked as S, solid. And NaCl again is a solution. NaCl is what? Common salt. Does it precipitate? हम नॉर्मल बनाते हैं, कॉमन सॉल्ट का सोल्यूशन प्रेसिपिटेट बनता है, क्लियर सोल्यूशन बनता है, aqueous. This is aqueous. Aqueous, right. Will you please help me out in marking the state there also? Here. Iron was solid, CuSO4 was aqueous, and FeSO4, this was, yes, aqueous, and copper was, yes. Right. Now, I have a question, two questions. Why that effervescence was seen? Why that bubbles were seen? Bubbles means it was reacting. It was reacting with each other. And even the change in temperature also shows that the reaction is taking place. And there's a question, why the blue color disappears? Blue color was because of copper sulfate. Why was the blue color? Because of copper sulfate. Do we have copper sulfate in the product? We do not have copper sulfate in the product. इसलिए blue color नहीं है. Do we have more examples of displacement reaction in the textbook? What else? Zinc and copper sulfate and lead and copper sulfate. Zinc plus, and then third is lead plus Cu. ठीक है. So instead of what we have done, let us try and do this one. Who wants to come? Copper sulfate, it is similar. Not you, somebody else. Speak and write.
Zinc plus copper sulfate gives zinc sulfate plus copper.
Zinc sulfate, how do we write zinc sulfate? What is happening here? Which type of reaction is this? It is a displacement reaction. Who is displacing whom?
Zinc is displacing copper.
From second solution. And we are getting
Zinc sulfate
as copper. Next one. Right? Lead plus. What is it? C and then right? This is copper chloride.
lead plus copper chloride gives lead chloride.
What is the valence of lead? 2 and 4. ठीक है. And copper. What is happening here?
Lead plus copper chloride gives lead chloride.
Which type of reaction is it? What is happening here? What element is which element is displacing which element?
Lead is displacing chloride from
ठीक है. Now you tell me oxidation and reduction. And we will learn oxidation and reduction simultaneously. And for that we will see some reaction. This is a very easy concept. Very easy concept, but at the same time, if attention not paid, it might confuse us. So I want your attention of every second on the board. Alright? Everyone? I want everybody to have eye contact with me. Everybody. Every single minute attention is required. Right? We will see some examples. We have already seen some examples of heating or burning metals, and we know that oxides are formed, right? Okay. So when we see here, we see that oxygen is added to copper. When you are heating or burning copper, what has happened? Oxygen is added to copper. And in any reaction, when oxygen gets attached to any metal, we call it as oxidation. Addition of oxygen is called oxidation. So when we talk in terms of oxygen, when we talk in terms of oxygen, हम ये बोल रहे terms, हम किसके term में oxidation और definition और reduction को हम define कर रहे हैं. First we are defining in terms of oxidation. When oxygen is added, we call it as
Oxidation.
when oxygen is removed.
Reduction.
When oxygen is removed, we call it as
Reduction.
oxygen removed. We call it as reduction. Okay? Now you see this reaction. When hydrogen is added, hydrogen is added to, though we are taking, we see copper oxide plus hydrogen, but hydrogen is added to what? To copper or to hydrogen? To copper or to oxygen? When hydrogen is added to something, it is called,
Reduction.
when hydrogen is added, we call it
Reduction.
reduction.
Yes.
And when hydrogen is removed, when
Oxidation.
hydrogen is removed, we call it as
Oxidation.
can you all remember? वैसे there is three terms of reference. Here one we have taken from point of view of oxygen, second one we have taken from point of view of hydrogen, and other point of view that is electron. Electron.
What is that triangle for?
Triangle is heat. Electron. How do we remember? Electron is like hydrogen, ऐसे याद करें. So when electron is added,
Reduction.
when electron is added, it is reduction, and when electron is removed,
Oxidation.
oxidation. Now we will see.
How are electrons added?
I'll explain. Okay? We'll come to it. Now here you tell me what is happening.
Oxygen is added.
Oxygen is
Added. Mama,
so
reduction.
what is causing oxidation? Oxygen is causing oxidation. So here we have two, three terms. What is the reaction? What is the reaction here? Oxidation. Now, what is the cause of oxidation? Cause of oxidation is? Oxygen is the cause of oxidation. So the cause of oxidation is called
oxidizing agent. What is it?
Oxidizing agent.
The agent which is causing oxidation reaction is called oxidizing agent. So if I am giving this short form oxidizing agent, what is oxidizing agent here?
Copper.
What is oxidizing agent here?
Copper.
It's copper or oxygen?
Copper.
And if copper, why if oxygen, why? Who is getting oxidized?
Copper.
Copper is getting oxidized. Copper is oxidized. Copper is not oxidizing agent. Oxidation agent is oxygen here. And what is oxidized element? What is oxidized? Copper is oxidized. Any doubt? Any doubt? Prachi? What? I want specific word. What is that? Tell me. What is oxidation reaction? Or electron is removed is called oxidation reaction. I want you all to repeat. Everybody louder. Any reaction in which
Oxygen is added, hydrogen is removed, or electrons is removed.
this type of reaction is called
Oxidation reaction.
next. Any kind of reaction where hydrogen is added,
Oxygen is removed,
when hydrogen is added,
or oxygen is
oxygen
removed,
is removed,
or
or
electrons
electrons are
added.
added, that kind of reaction is called
Reduction reaction.
reaction. Shall I have the vote? What do I do? First, write Cu. Cu plus O2 heat 2Cu. To that side also. 2Cu. Now tell me, show me where oxygen is getting added. Can we mark it like this? Can we mark it like this? See, oxygen is getting added to
Oxidation can happen with any element which is electronegative.
In any reaction, when oxygen is added to any element, it is oxidation. And if oxidation is removed, it is reduction. If hydrogen is added, it is if hydrogen is added, reduction. If hydrogen is removed,
Oxidation.
oxygen का कुछ काम नहीं हुआ, but still only hydrogen is removed. Still it is a oxidation. If electron is added, and if electron is removed, oxidation. So we have seen here example of addition of oxygen, and we see an example of addition of oxygen. This two are addition of oxygen, right? And we have also seen removal of oxygen. We have seen removal of oxygen, right? Now, you make breaking of water. Breaking of water. Write down the equation. And comment. Do we have oxidation and reduction here? Do we have? Show me. Whether it is oxidation or reduction. Or here in this case, oxygen is also added and hydrogen is also added. So what is it?
Redox.
Huh?
Redox.
And what about this? Here, oxygen is also removed and hydrogen is also removed.
Redox.
Tell me what is it?
Redox.
Decomposition तो है ही, no doubt. But one reaction, one kind of reaction is not only one kind of reaction. ठीक है? Right here, displacement reaction, double displacement reaction. Covered displacement, right? Double displacement reaction. Not just technique reaction. What did we use? Displacement.
Ma'am, by gaining electron.
By gaining 2 electrons. So when it has gained electron, it has become copper. And if it has gained electron, then it is
Valence.
copper is reduced. So what has happened here? Reduction has happened here. Because electrons are added. Similarly, when we talk about this place again, this was Fe. What was the valency of Fe?
2
Whatever, let us take it 2 as valency here. Okay? Now from here it is Fe and here it is. यहाँ पे क्या है? I form में है ना? So here it is Fe plus 2. तो यहाँ से इसने क्या किया? यहाँ पे पूरे इलेक्ट्रॉन्स थे. यहाँ पे it is converted to ion. So what has it done? It has lost electron. When it has lost electron, minus electron, what is it?
Oxidation.
Oxidation. And iron here is? So it is oxidized or it is reduced? It is oxidized. Any doubt? So we have oxidation and reduction on the basis of three terms. Number 1, we talk about on the basis of oxygen. If oxygen gained,
Oxidation.
if oxygen lost,
Reduction.
the second term of reference is hydrogen. If hydrogen gained,
Reduction.
if hydrogen lost,
Oxidation.
and the third term of reference is electron. If electron gained,
Reduction.
if electron gained,
Reduction.
if electron gained,
Reduction.
if electron lost,
Oxidation.
oxidation. Now in any given reaction, can you identify which kind of reaction it is, whether it is oxidation or reduction? आपको पता नहीं चलेगा oxidation है और electron का पता नहीं चलेगा. You have a example displacement, double displacement reactions में oxidation and reduction reaction is happening, and whatever element is helping in oxidation is cause of oxidation is oxidizing agent, and the element which is cause of reduction is reducing agent, and the element which is oxidized, the element which loses electron is
Oxidation.
the process is okay. The reaction where electron is lost is oxidation, and the element that loses electron is
Oxidation.
oxidizing. The element that gains electron
Reduction.
It is a reduction and is
Reducing agent.